tax you more, or put in a 10% tariff, and everything could be United States fair. I did, for example, I wants to get away with it, get rid of the ability of Medicare to outdo the ability for us to be able to negotiate drug prices if we quantify. Well, guess what? We got it. We got it down to $35. This instead of $400, no more than $2,000 for energy fees, no matter what they much subscription they need. You know what that did? That reduced the federal debt by $160 billion over 10 years because the government doesn't have to pay the exorbitant prices. We're going to make that available every senior. All along is happening now, and everybody wants to get rid of that. We have to make sure that we have child care, and then so we increase the insurance for child care. Make sure we use red pipes and all the things that are causing health problems. We're going to continue to fight against inflation and keep people awake.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump, you now have 2 minutes for your closing statement.
Like so many politicians, this man is just a complainer. He said, we want to do this, we want to do that, we want to get rid of this tax, that tax. He doesn't do, all he does is make our country unsafe by allowing millions of people to fall in. Our military doesn't respect him. We look like fools in Afghanistan. We didn't stop Israel. It was such a horrible thing that would have never happened. It should have never happened. Iran was anybody that did business with Iran, including China, they couldn't do business with the United States. They all passed. Iran was broke. They had no money for Hamas.
Stop.
Whatsoever. Again,
Stop.
Ukraine should have never happened. He talks about all the stuff that he didn't do. For 3 years, we're living
No.
in hell. We have the Palestinians and we have everybody else rioting all
Nope,
over the
no,
place.
no.
We talk about this is 100 times Charlottesville, 1,000 times Charlottesville. The whole country is exploding because of you. Because they don't respect you, and they have to respect their president, and they don't respect you throughout the world. What we did was incredible. We rebuilt the military. We got the largest tax cut in history, the largest regulation cut in history. The reason he's got jobs is because I cut the regulations that gave jobs, but he's putting a lot of those regulations back on. All of the things that we've done, nobody's never seen anything like. Even from the medical standpoint, right to try, where we can try space-age materials instead of going to Asia or going to Europe and trying to get when you're terminally ill. Now you can go and you can get something. You sign a document. They've been trying to get it for 42 years. But you know what we did for the military was an incredible choice for our soldiers. For our soldiers, instead of waiting for 3 months to see a doctor, can go out and get themselves fixed up and readied up and take care of themselves, and they're living. And that's why I had the highest approval rating in the history of the VA. So all of these things, we're in a failing nation, but it's not going to be failing anymore. We're going to make it great again.
Thank you, former President Trump, President Biden. Stay with us because we have full analysis of this debate. Anderson Cooper and Aaron Burnett starts now on CNN.
Watched as a nation now, the first presidential debate of this election cycle. This is the earliest presidential debate that we've ever witnessed as a country. We're staying on this shot to see if they acknowledge one another. One of the telling parts of this evening was from the very start, the walk out onto that debate stage in Atlanta, both the current president, President Biden, and former President Donald Trump walking out onto that stage. There was no handshake. It wasn't anticipated, though there wasn't even looked for one another as this debate began. The tone was set right away. They debated on issues including the economy, inflation, jobs, handling of COVID, both during the Trump years and during the Biden years. Foreign policy, Afghanistan, how both handled Afghanistan, the role of NATO, talking about Ukraine, what the future of Ukraine looks like. They talked about January 6th, whether or not former President Donald Trump would denounce those who stormed the Capitol. That was asked of him by the current president, President Biden. There was not an answer to that particular question, though they did spar going back and forth multiple times. The split screen, allowing the country to examine both of these men, and one of the main questions going into the night, because again, as we had mentioned, they both have been president now. Americans know their records, they've studied them, they feel like they know them. This was going to be a test tonight in action. Was that moment, the beginning of the debate when President Biden is talking about the debt and talking about taxing billionaires in this country, where he was describing what the effect of the policy that he was proposing would have. And then there was that pause, about 5-6 seconds, where he didn't say anything. And then he went on to say, we finally beat Medicare. A bit of a non sequitur, it seemed. We'll be waiting to see how the Biden team explains that out. Let's get to the polls and find out how they believe their candidates did. Rachel Scott live in Atlanta in the spin room. Rachel, what are we hearing from Donald Trump's campaign?
Well, I'll tell you that a senior advisor to the Trump campaign tells me that they let out a huge exhale from the moment that President Biden answered that very first question. Sources within the Trump campaign said they were asking what was wrong with President Biden, what was wrong with his voice. They didn't feel like the former president stayed on message. And some of the talk had answered this. Which version of Donald Trump will we want to get? We're going to get the data Donald Trump that we find that case in 2030, interrupting and turning into a shouting match. We did not get that version of Donald Trump. This is exactly what we wanted to see. Before President made this question, like he is very sick, even his legal trouble with him, and it's that. Talking about certain issues are poisoning the blood of this country and vote. And because that any of that continuing rhetoric that we saw a long time on the campaign trail. One thing was clear though, David, this rather quickly. You had President Biden call him a convicted felon. You had former President fired back and called him not a convicted felon. He told that during these commercial breaks, these candidates did not look at each other, they did not talk, and obviously they did not shake hands on that debate stage tonight, David.
Yeah, that was another first that we witnessed. Rachel Scott, thank you. The Trump campaign happy with Donald Trump's performance tonight. The moment when President Biden did point out the fact that his opponent is a convicted felon. Another split screen moment when he talked about what he was convicted of. There was head nodding to the former President Donald Trump, which again made for a moment. Unlike, and there were many moments here that we have seen before. I am curious about that particular moment at the beginning because so much had been said about President Biden going into the night. A lot of eyes across the country watching, again, this sort of aptitude test for both gentlemen. One is 78, one is 81 years old. Pause. And sort of a non sequitur there just to finish the thought. Any reaction to the Biden campaign tonight from the White House tonight on that and the rest of the evening?
Yeah, look, there is no question. This is not the night that the Biden campaign wanted or needed. They were going into this hoping that the president's performance would put to rest those remaining concerns about his age and his fitness for office. It is hard to see how what we just saw did that, how he fed those concerns. He had a rough start, and you noted he was rambling, he struggled at times to collect his thoughts. There was that pause. Now, we are told that the president had a cold tonight. Perhaps that did play a role somehow, but the Biden campaign knows that this was not a strong night for them. They are stressing. This was just one night. They know that this race is not going to be determined or won in one night, that they can still go on offense in the days ahead. This was the longest offense we had in this race so far. And I think that is the reaction you are hearing from a lot of Democrats and private. Look, Biden did have strong moments. He did try to hold Trump accountable. They had strong exchanges. He tried to hold his feet to the fire on abortion. He called him out. He did I think the start, but don't receive that the substance, the message is being lost in how it is being delivered.
But even on abortion rights, there was a moment when they were talking about Donald Trump and overturning a road Donald Trump on the campaign trail. And as president, took credit for that. He did deliver. It was a promise he made to his supporters. It seemed in that particular moment, for example, issue that does divide Americans.
And he did try to call out Donald Trump, who, by the way, was doing a lot of false statements and mistruths. And you did see the president trying to set the record straight, defend his agenda and what he has done, and really make clear to voters what the former president did when he was in office and what he could do if he were to win re-election again. But then there were those moments where he would pivot to another topic or to lose his train of thought a little bit. The question is, how did it land? How are voters perceiving this? And that is what we really need to know in the coming days.
I think we have to be very, this was very fast.
I have been talking to Democrats as this debate progressed, and you are starting to see here, at least privately, discussions among Democrats about whether or not Biden could effectively go on in this campaign against Donald Trump. Donald Trump did go through rapid-fire lies, machine gun lies in previous debates that everybody on it will be would feel. That everything was rocking good when he was president. There were no wars. The Unselect Committee deleted all the evidence that Nancy Pelosi refused 10,000 National Guard troops. None of that was true. And Biden was not effectively able to bring the argument back to him. I talked to one.
None of it was
Democratic
true, but
Congress who's
Biden
a
was not.
supporter
What?
Somehow of Joe Biden.
Why is he saying that? Why are things allowed to be said that are just not fucking true? Like, what the fuck is that?
Undeniable. Biden's going to have to answer these questions. This was not just one night in the campaign. This was the night in the campaign so far. Some of the Democrats said, I wish his performance had been very responsive. It's a conversation that is being conducted privately at this point, David. The big question is, will any of it become public? Because it is very difficult to imagine a scenario where Biden can be replaced as the nominee. You would have to somehow open up the convention. Biden would have to be one meeting and say, nobody, no Democrat is going to want to further damage Biden beyond what we saw tonight by being the first to come out and say that publicly, unless it's determined that there is truly a viable path to find another nominee.
And certainly we don't want to get ahead of ourselves with reporters either. So let's bring in you, Donna Brazil, ABC analyst, former DNC chair. Donna, what do you make of President Biden's performance?
Yes, we wanted him to get out the ballpark. The fact is that I think the president was trying to not only get the message across, but sometimes he had a hard time, but he was also trying to set a narrative pace and never got the opportunity to reach that point. So I believe it was a missed opportunity when we changed the trajectory of the race, perhaps on the margins, but you know, that's why we have 131 days. Some Democrats are disappointed. Some Democrats are telling me, well, look what the other guy did. He didn't get it out the ballpark. And happened. What he said, well, everybody, tomorrow will be back checked, and we know it was not true. The bottom line is, this race is going to continue. There's no effort underway right now that I know of, and I think I would know at least on the third or fourth phone call if there was an effort to replace the nominee. He's still the most experienced person in the race, and I do believe the American people want steady hands at the wheel.
And you thought that was steady tonight? You're comfortable with his performance?
I need help.
He didn't score the home run. We wanted him to hit it out the ballpark so we can enjoy the rest of the summer and maybe might be able to come on a vacation. But look, the fact is that Joe Biden, tried to get as much out to the American people, but I'm here to fight for you. I'm here to lower the cause, but most importantly, I'm here to continue to make America strong and more united. He couldn't get that message out. He was busy fact-checking, busy looking for a paper. Joe Biden had to talk to the American people and get out the ballpark so this opportunity. He's still raised this race is not.
Really interesting the point you make there, Donna, and I just want to underscore that because I think it's important that I follow up on the idea that, and you heard Marion John talk about this also tonight at the other podium, that you believe that President Biden is in some ways surprised or trying to fact check in real time what he was witnessing on that stage and lost his own message in the process.
But that's the problem. How frustrated is it? I don't know if Donald Trump showed up. The one that I get to see every week in the crowd because I watch Donald Trump. I listen to Donald Trump. He didn't have to make it up because that's what he's been saying. And it's been good around for over 40, 50%, maybe 50% of the American people. Joe Biden had a difficult task tonight. And that was tell the Americans to give them here's what I'm doing. And here's what I'm doing.
I need help.
Instead, I think he was trying to fact check. And I believe it was a missed opportunity, but we scored a lot of things. You'll see a lot lot of pundits, including some of my colleagues on the DNC, that will be a little nervous. I'm not nervous. I know Joe Biden. Don't come back.
Donna Brazil, thank you as always. Right, Rebus, I want to get your reaction as well. You heard Donna, she was disappointed in President Biden's singles. She also took aim at the woman on the stage there, former President Trump, saying that so much of what he said wasn't based in fact, that the president was trying to take incoming in that way and trying to get his message out. What do you think of Biden's performance tonight?
Well, I thought President Trump did what he needed to do, which was, number one, I think for the most part he was civil. I think, secondly, he stuck to the issues. I think he did very well on immigration and the economy, pointing out where Joe Biden failed. And then he let Joe Biden talk, which is what we're talking about right now. This was an absolute dumpster fire, train wreck. I think the DNC's, Donna's going to get her invitation to a Zoom call tonight from the DNC. All the talk is about replacing Joe Biden on the ballot. If you're Gretchen Whitmer or Gavin Newsom, you'd probably be waiting by the phone. And it's not easy, I know that, but it's going to take Joe Biden deciding that he should step aside. I don't know if he's going to do that, but I think there are going to be a lot of people talking to him about stepping aside. But Joe Biden needed to do two things. We talked about it before the debate. He needed to articulate a clear vision for what he is going to do as president moving forward, and he needed to do it in a way that gave people confidence that he had the mental acuity to deliver. He failed on both of those marks. The spin after this debate is going to be more important in influencing those people in the middle, the very tiny fraction in the middle. The spin after this is more important than even what they saw there, and it's going to be
Appreciate it, Donald Trump's spot. He says we're going to get a Zoom fight very soon.
Joe Biden, let me just say something. Donald Trump also has the independence that he will protect the integrity of our elections. There are lots of police officers in the Metropolitan Police, the Air Force, Capitol Police, and DC Police. They are still dealing with it.
I need help.
Still dealing with trauma. Notion that those Americans came to for a peaceful protest is wrong, and that's why I think Joe scored saying all that.
Donna and Brian, appreciate it as always. Another interview you just your topic here. You heard President Biden tonight reference the former president for the first time on the debate stage, of course, but for the first time face to face as a convicted felon. You saw Donald Trump's response, and that's what's screen.
Indeed, David. And I find that most angry when you're talking about January in terms of the fact that Trump won't acknowledge that many of the people there committed criminal acts. Biden was clearly angry about that, but he did not really bore in on that because of some of the things that Donald was talking about. Also, the fact that Donald Trump is now a convicted felon. President Biden tried to bore in on that. President Trump ignored him pretty much on that count, but he did. Trump over and over again talk about how Biden had tried to weaponize the Justice Department. The Justice Department continues to maintain that they've been pursuing the facts of the law. They will continue to do so.
Here, thank you. And as always, Lindsay Davis, I think that's debate tonight, which is America. This is in some ways not superficial. It's not just a matter of aptitude, ability, mental acuity.
And it's perhaps even more so than with regard to Joe Biden, at least. And I have to go back to that 538 Ipsos poll. But again, it came out today, but prior to the debate. And so I think that we have those numbers. With Biden mental fitness to be president, only 27% of those who were polled said it was good or excellent. Poor or terrible, 54%. So more than half prior to this debate tonight were concerned and feeling that he was poor or terrible mental acuity. As far as on the Trump side, Trump's mental health fitness to be president, good or excellent, 39%, poor or terrible, 46%. So more than half. I think that the Biden had a missed opportunity when he was asked directly by the press about his ability on how
want to look, can you do it now? At the same time, when Donald Trump was asked the same question, he really just evolved into how about their golf game?
It's hard to imagine, Martha, with just a few moments left in this segment, when he pivots from age, when he's asked the central question of the night.
Exactly, and he pivots from age, and he did that many times. He just pauses. I want to go back to those voters that we started the show with. Did they get their questions answered? One of the few things they got validated was there was this question, especially with Joe Biden.
Thank you all. We'll be right back.
First thing in the morning, we're still in a flashpoint market, and you are becoming overnight. Right here, dozens of protesters.
What's happening today? Escalating tensions in the Middle East.
What people are talking about, the migrant crisis,
Fast, straightforward.
with some fun in between.
Check out Gator on the 17 hole.
The fun,
Thing in the morning.
America This Morning,
America's #1 for news.
on 15 Live.
Hey.
But you're gonna feel homeless. There's a lot of purpose. Papa Daddy didn't raise no quitter. It's taken me a really long time to get to this moment.
That was a mic drop.
What she is doing right now is changing her community.
Now it's time to see what's next. I do see the bell bottoms of my hat as my superhero outfit. There is a nice day that every time a survivor shares their story. I want mine.
Kara Phillips with ABC News. Does your church protect sexual predators?
The 2x2 church.
There's nothing pretty about sharing this next to you.
Nice. And I won fucking chaos. Yeah. Came in and ninja that shit.
Does it ever stop? Dude, does it ever stop? Respect knowingly assign explicit messages to mother, former Twitch voice says then. Chad, did you just do the same article, Chad, or is it more like internet information or whatever? Not to reach for commentary for this article, but we did not. We were told he was gripping it. No word on the boom as of yet.
XQCL.
I write the gripping text with new lore.
To a bigger, more dynamic, more interactive arena in the online gaming community. Live on youtube.com/Dr. Disrespect/live. Behind Roblox and Minecraft section, just browse down. That's where we're at.
1528 Force and PLS 1528 Force and PLS 1528 Force and PLS 1528 Force.
We're gonna grip them. We're gonna taste them. We're gonna understand them, then we're gonna snap them up. One at a time, every time.
Get this wrong. You see? The shroud, that ghosting disrespect.
Tried to personally tried to hit up Doc at all? No. I haven't talked to him since he got banned. Because I am a logical person. The second Doc got banned on Twitch, my logic kicked in and I said, yep. You don't just get banned randomly, and I didn't say a word to him, didn't message him, didn't reply to anything on Twitter, didn't at all. Didn't associate at all, because you don't just get banned. I'm not a fucking idiot. Fucking use your brain, people. People don't just get banned.
Oh wow.
I personally tried to hit up Doc at all.
Chad, don't say base edit, but when you guys use a base edit, a bunch of other, like it's insane. Brother, can I have it both ways, brother? Yes. That's like doing dot connecting and being logical is not what you guys have been doing. Don't bother. Don't even try it. I'm not gonna discuss this. You're branded. Stop it.
Got it.
Wait, the watch, it's what is that? A Yachtmaster, a Submariner. I forgot what the model is. It's nice. They're kind of flexing a little bit, but hey, I'll accept it. It's a little bit. It's Omega. That's also nice. That's also nice. His person replies that during that time to the Medina, when he was cheating on his wife with not only me, a trans sex worker, but also another woman, I think a minor, who was exploiting me by making me give him cam shows with the promise of partnership at the cam shows. He went ahead and blocked me. Take a look. Oh, stop it. Hi, doctor, how are you? Photo shoot tomorrow, too nervous. Well, good luck. I'm gonna get ready with sexy cosplay images, and after I can punish you. Oh yeah? How so? Don't know. Have to get a good strategy. We shall see. Ha. Still waiting here. I think one soon overwhelmed. Packing for tomorrow, not sure. A smooth back, black leather or latex. Nice. Feel like I'm releasing one right now. Yummy. Should I let go or hold on? Let's it go. Spray it out. I need something. What? Am I not allowed to read it? What do you need, Doc? I'm sure you have all these egos ready to serve you. Lol, no. Lies, no way. You're gonna watch my explosive intro? The gods must be worshipped from head to toe before it can explode. I want the reward. Hi, how are you? Daddy, you need to shout me out and spoil me, thank you. Just add you on Snap. Add me on Snapchat, username. Miss you, Doc, thanks for unfollowing stranger. Are going to PAX East. I had to watch this one more time Tuesday. Fuck. I tried to snap you. Did you do your account? Yes. Oh, feels bad. Sorry. I will try to vid chat you soon. Don't be a stranger. Message me sometime. You gotta get some photos sent your way. I mean, I'm gripping now. Oh! In time. Nice firm grips while I work out. Hey, a lot of, you know, anyone you're close with that can see if I can get me a Twitch, give you Twitch budget. I tried. Yeah, pretty locked up right now, focusing on popular games and in fact, streamers on those games, unfortunately. Hope all is well. I have fun at work. I'm stuck with a cold. Fuck me. I guess I didn't read that right. Hope all is well. I have fun at work. I'm stuck with a cold. And fuck me. Sorry. I kinda stopped playing games and been doing IRL, giving it 1 month. Gets me. If not, then I'll go back to games. Just relax from partnerships or like low. Any new peak? A booze? Okay. Is there more? Is there more? Show dog, you want to see dog? Dog. Look. Alright. Yeah, it's a cute dog, but he's got a back problem. I call him Mr. Wobbles. Because he, no way! No way! Reply is, no can.
Twitch responded to the outcry on Ash Parrot.
Right? Hey. Dude,
Reason.
that's not partnered with somebody?
Which isn't bad. I have nothing against gambling. I'm doing it right now, technically.
That was fine.
I actually have nothing against Kick being part owned by
I'm not
like state.
fine again.
I feel like that's totally fine.
So
The only thing that gets weird is like managing the prices on your platform, which also has the same problem. You know, they're trying to manage their own.
This is fine. I don't want to see the problem with it.
Hello, Felix and chat. Love y'all. Dino too.
There's got to be a secret. The game of the year. For those that are looking for me to expand on this weekend, not gonna. I already said what I needed to say. I don't give a fuck about this guy. That's it. So I do appreciate the donations. I do appreciate the messages. But I like to put it in fifth gear right off the rip. I'll get right into it.
Hey.
I think you guys know how I
Hey. Why are you biting? Meow.
However, I did see something on the internet. And I actually laughed a lot. I actually couldn't stop laughing. Can I show you? Or do I have to play Wordle first? I should play Wordle first. In fact, I am. Minimize the chat. I can't have it ruined, man. Wait. Let me explain the rules. If I guess the word within the first 3 rows, I get 2 points. I'm the winner. If I don't, you get 1 point, and somehow you sneak away. The score is 18 to 25. We don't care about the other 3 rows. It's easy to guess the word in 6 rows. Trust me. But we got to guess it within the first 3. The score is 25 to 18. Don't want to argue about it. Let's begin. stunk. Stunk. We're getting some prominent consonants, vowel. Getting
Like you're doing it stinky, stinky.
Oh, man.